Stonehenge is one of the most iconic and enigmatic monuments in the world. For centuries, it has captivated historians, archaeologists, scientists, and ordinary travelers alike. Located in the rolling plains of Wiltshire, England, this prehistoric stone circle has been the subject of countless debates, theories, and speculations. But why does Stonehenge continue to capture the imagination of people, including those far beyond Britain, such as Americans? The fascination with Stonehenge goes beyond its physical structure. It represents something deeply mysterious, an ancient puzzle that we have yet to fully solve. The questions surrounding its construction, purpose, and the people who built it keep fueling curiosity. Even in today's modern world, where technology allows us to explore distant galaxies and unravel the secrets of DNA, Stonehenge remains an unsolved riddle, reminding us of the complexity of our ancestors' minds and their ability to create something monumental without the tools we consider essential today. Why Stonehenge continues to capture the imagination of people, including Americans. Stonehenge's appeal is universal. Whether it's because of its mysterious origins, its possible astronomical functions, or its connections to ancient religions, the monument has a way of inspiring awe. In the United States, where interest in ancient history, archaeology, and mythology runs deep, Stonehenge has become more than just a British landmark. It is a symbol of humanity's enduring quest for knowledge. One reason why Americans are particularly drawn to Stonehenge is the broader fascination with megalithic structures. While the United States does not have anything quite like Stonehenge, there are numerous ancient structures on American soil, such as Cahokia Mounds in Illinois, the Great Serpent Mound in Ohio, and Mystery Hill in New Hampshire, sometimes referred to as America's Stonehenge. These sites, like Stonehenge, raise questions about the technological capabilities of ancient civilizations and their understanding of astronomy, spirituality, and engineering. Additionally, Stonehenge plays a role in popular tourism. Every year, thousands of American tourists travel to England, and for many, a visit to Stonehenge is at the top of their bucket list. The monument is more than just a pile of rocks. It is an experience, a journey into the past, a chance to stand before something that has endured for thousands of years and still holds secrets. How megaliths have become part of global pop culture. Stonehenge is not just an archaeological site, it is a pop culture icon. The massive stone circle has appeared in countless movies, television shows, books, and even video games. It has been depicted in everything from historical documentaries to fantasy epics, reinforcing its status as a place of mystery and magic. Hollywood, in particular, has played a significant role in embedding Stonehenge into the collective consciousness. Films such as Transformers, The Last Knight, and Doctor Who have portrayed the monument as a site of hidden power and ancient secrets. The idea that something extraordinary might have happened at Stonehenge, whether supernatural, extraterrestrial, or scientific, continues to fuel its mystique. Beyond movies, Stonehenge has also inspired music and art. The rock band Spinal Tap famously parodied its mysterious aura in a comedic skit featuring a miniature version of the monument, highlighting how deeply embedded Stonehenge is in cultural consciousness. Likewise, artists have used Stonehenge as a symbol of mystery, endurance, and the passage of time. Conspiracy theories have also played a role in popularizing Stonehenge. From claims that it was built by aliens to suggestions that it is an ancient energy vortex, the site has become a playground for speculation. While these theories may not be backed by science, they add to the intrigue and ensure that Stonehenge remains a topic of conversation in books, TV shows, and online forums. Stonehenge as part of a worldwide heritage. What it means for humanity. Stonehenge is not just a British treasure, it belongs to the world. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its historical and cultural significance. Like the pyramids of Egypt, Machu Picchu in Peru, or the Great Wall of China, Stonehenge represents the ingenuity and ambition of ancient peoples. What makes Stonehenge particularly special is that it connects us to a time when humans were beginning to understand their place in the universe. The alignment of the stones with the summer and winter solstices suggests that the builders had knowledge of astronomy, which was crucial for agriculture, navigation, and religious ceremonies. This knowledge was not unique to Britain. Many other ancient civilizations around the world built structures aligned with celestial events. This suggests a shared curiosity about the cosmos and a deep-seated desire to understand the forces governing life on Earth. Even today, Stonehenge continues to unite people. Every year, modern Druids, pagans, and spiritual seekers gather at the site during the solstices to celebrate in a tradition that echoes ancient rituals. These gatherings highlight the ongoing cultural and spiritual significance of the monument. Stones in time. A brief overview of the mysteries of Stonehenge. The mysteries of Stonehenge begin with its origins. Who built it and why? How did they manage to transport massive stones across great distances without modern machinery? Was it a burial site, a temple, an observatory, or something else entirely? Who built it and why? The origins of Stonehenge date back over 4,500 years to the Neolithic period. Archaeologists believe that the people who built it were part of an early agricultural society that lived in Britain at the time. But there is no written record to tell us who they were or why they constructed such an elaborate monument. Some researchers suggest that it was built by an early group of Britons who wanted to honor their ancestors or connect with the spiritual world. Others believe that Stonehenge was a meeting place, a site of pilgrimage where different communities gathered for ceremonies. There is also the theory that it was an early astronomical observatory used to track the movements of the sun and moon. How were the giant stones moved without modern technology? One of the biggest mysteries of Stonehenge is how the builders managed to move stones weighing up to 50 tons over long distances. Some of the stones, known as blue stones, came from the Preseli Hills in Wales, more than 150 miles away. Without wheels, cranes, or metal tools, how did ancient people transport these massive stones? There are several theories. Some experts believe that the stones were rolled on wooden logs, while others suggest they were dragged on sledges across wet ground or floated on rafts down rivers. Modern experiments have tried to replicate these methods, and while they have shown that such feats were possible, the exact techniques remain unknown. Is Stonehenge really an ancient observatory? One of the most popular theories about Stonehenge is that it was an astronomical observatory. The alignment of the stones with the solstices suggests that it was built with a knowledge of the sun's movements. On the summer solstice, the sun rises directly over the heel stone, an event that still draws thousands of visitors every year. If Stonehenge was used to track celestial events, it would have been a valuable tool for early societies. Knowing when the seasons changed was essential for agriculture, and aligning religious ceremonies with astronomical events may have given people a sense of connection with the cosmos. Does it have a connection to aliens or lost civilizations? No ancient monument is complete without its fair share of extraterrestrial theories. Some believe that Stonehenge was built by aliens or influenced by a lost advanced civilization. The sheer size of the stones and the precision of their arrangement leads some to argue that ancient people could not have built it alone. However, there is no concrete evidence to support these theories. Archaeological findings suggest that Stonehenge was the result of human ingenuity, persistence, and advanced knowledge of engineering and astronomy. But the mystery remains: what exactly was its purpose, and how did ancient people achieve such a feat? History and archaeology of Stonehenge. Age of Stonehenge, older than the pyramids, but what does that mean? Stonehenge is often compared to the great wonders of the ancient world, but one fact surprises many: this mysterious stone circle predates the pyramids of Giza by about 500 years. Built around 3000 BCE, Stonehenge is among the oldest known monumental structures created by human hands. But what does this mean in the broader context of ancient civilizations? And why is it significant not only for Britain but for the entire world? The age of Stonehenge challenges common assumptions about the technological and societal capabilities of prehistoric people. It forces us to rethink the timeline of human civilization, proving that long before the rise of great empires like Egypt or Mesopotamia, early societies were already engaging in large-scale construction projects. This raises important questions. What motivated these early builders? How did they organize such an ambitious undertaking? What knowledge did they possess that allowed them to move and place such enormous stones with precision? Built around 3000 BC, 500 years before the pyramids of Giza. When most people think of ancient wonders, they envision the pyramids of Egypt, which began to take shape around 2600 BCE with the construction of the Great Pyramid of Khufu. However, archaeological evidence suggests that the first phase of Stonehenge was already underway by 3000 BCE, making it older than not only the pyramids but also many other iconic ancient sites. Stonehenge was not built all at once. Its construction happened in multiple phases over centuries, with the earliest stage consisting of a simple circular ditch and bank known as a henge. Inside this enclosure, wooden posts or smaller stones may have been arranged in an early formation. By around 2500 BCE, the massive sarsen stones and smaller bluestones were transported and erected, transforming the site into the recognizable structure we see today. This timeline suggests that the people who built Stonehenge were capable of organizing large labor forces and had knowledge of engineering techniques long before civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, or even the Indus Valley civilization had reached their architectural peaks. The builders of Stonehenge may not have left behind written records like the Egyptians did, but their achievements were no less impressive. Why is it important for understanding ancient civilizations? The significance of Stonehenge extends far beyond Britain. It provides a window into the capabilities and beliefs of Neolithic people who were transitioning from hunter-gatherer lifestyles to more settled agricultural societies. The construction of Stonehenge suggests that these early societies were far more advanced than previously thought, both in their technical abilities and in their social organization. A testament to human ingenuity. The ability to transport, shape, and arrange enormous stones in a precise layout without metal tools or modern machinery speaks to the intelligence and resourcefulness of early humans. The builders of Stonehenge had a deep understanding of materials, leverage, and the natural environment, allowing them to accomplish something extraordinary with limited resources. Social and political complexity. The sheer scale of the project suggests a highly organized society. Constructing Stonehenge would have required planning, leadership, and a coordinated workforce, implying the existence of a social hierarchy. Unlike smaller tribal communities, the society that built Stonehenge must have been complex enough to mobilize large groups of people for a shared purpose. Religious and astronomical knowledge. Stonehenge's alignment with celestial events, such as the summer and winter solstices, hints at an advanced understanding of astronomy. This suggests that early humans were already observing the skies and using their knowledge to mark important seasonal changes, which would have been crucial for agriculture and religious ceremonies. The connection to death and the afterlife. Many archaeologists believe that Stonehenge was closely linked to burial rituals and ancestor worship. Excavations have revealed numerous human remains near the site, supporting the idea that Stonehenge was a place of reverence, possibly serving as a bridge between the living and the dead. This mirrors religious beliefs found in other ancient cultures, reinforcing the idea that early humans shared common spiritual concerns despite living in different parts of the world. The relationship of Stonehenge to other ancient structures. Stonehenge does not stand alone in human history. Many ancient civilizations, despite being separated by vast distances, built similar monumental structures that align with celestial events, serve religious purposes, and showcase remarkable engineering skills. This raises intriguing questions about whether there was a shared knowledge base among these early cultures or if such structures emerged independently as a response to universal human needs. Göbekli Tepe is often considered the world's oldest known temple, predating Stonehenge by several millennia. Located in present-day Turkey, this site consists of massive, intricately carved stone pillars arranged in circular formations. Like Stonehenge, it suggests that ancient societies were capable of large-scale construction projects long before the advent of writing or advanced tools. The similarities between Göbekli Tepe and Stonehenge suggest that humans have long been drawn to creating sacred, communal spaces that reflect their spiritual beliefs. However, while Göbekli Tepe appears to have been a religious center, it lacks the astronomical alignments that make Stonehenge unique. The Nazca lines in Peru, a series of massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor, are another example of ancient peoples creating large-scale, mysterious structures. Like Stonehenge, the Nazca lines have been linked to astronomical events and religious ceremonies, though their exact purpose remains debated. The fact that civilizations thousands of miles apart developed a fascination with aligning structures to celestial bodies suggests a deep, ancient connection between humanity and the cosmos. Mayan pyramids, Mesoamerica, 1000 BC, 1500 CE. The Mayan civilization, which flourished in present-day Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras, built impressive pyramids that served as religious centers and observatories. Many of these structures, such as El Castillo at Chichen Itza, were designed to track celestial events in a way that mirrors Stonehenge's function. El Castillo, for example, aligns with the equinoxes, casting a shadow that resembles a serpent slithering down the steps. This precision in construction demonstrates that ancient civilizations across the world were deeply invested in tracking time, the movement of the sun, and the cycles of nature. What does this mean? The similarities between Stonehenge and these other ancient structures reveal something fundamental about humanity. Across different continents and time periods, early civilizations saw the need to create grand, enduring monuments. These structures often had religious, astronomical, and communal significance, suggesting a shared human instinct to understand the universe and honor the past. The engineering skills required to build these monuments prove that ancient societies were far more sophisticated than we often assume. Stonehenge stands as a testament to our ancestors' abilities and ambitions. It connects us to a distant past where people, without modern tools or scientific knowledge, managed to achieve architectural feats that still puzzle us today. Its age, older than the pyramids of Giza, forces us to reconsider what we think we know about early human history and reminds us that our quest for knowledge, spirituality, and meaning is as old as civilization itself. Who built Stonehenge? Stonehenge has fascinated historians, archaeologists, and the general public for centuries. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the monument is the identity of its builders. Were they the ancient Britons, the Celts, the Druids, or an entirely unknown civilization? Despite the many theories, no single group can be credited with constructing Stonehenge. Instead, evidence suggests that it was built over centuries by different cultures, each contributing to the monument's evolution. Ancient Britons, Celts, or someone else? The first phase of Stonehenge began around 3000 BC, long before the recorded rise of the Celts, who did not appear in Britain until around 500 BC. This means that the Celts could not have built Stonehenge, despite popular myths connecting them to the monument. Instead, Stonehenge was likely constructed by the Neolithic, New Stone Age, and early Bronze Age peoples of Britain, who lived in the region thousands of years before Celtic culture took root. The Neolithic farmers, circa 3000 BC, 2500 BCE. The earliest builders of Stonehenge were Neolithic, New Stone Age Britons, likely the descendants of farming communities that had spread across Europe. These people were skilled in agriculture, communal labor, and megalithic construction, as seen in other stone circles and henges across Britain. Recent genetic studies suggest that Neolithic Britons originated from Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, and migrated to Britain around 4000 BCE, bringing farming techniques and new cultural practices with them. These early settlers cleared forests, established villages, and created massive earthworks like the circular ditch and bank that marked the first phase of Stonehenge. The Beaker people, circa 2500 BC, 1600 BCE. By around 2500 BCE, a new wave of settlers, known as the Beaker people, arrived in Britain. These people were named after their distinctive pottery and are believed to have introduced metalworking, including the first use of bronze tools. Some archaeologists theorize that the Beaker people modified and expanded Stonehenge, rearranging its stones and possibly introducing astronomical alignments. Their influence can be seen in the burial sites found near Stonehenge, which include single graves with personal possessions, a cultural shift from the communal burial traditions of earlier Neolithic Britons. The role of the Druids, reality versus mythology. One of the most persistent myths about Stonehenge is that it was built by Druids, the mysterious priestly class of the ancient Celts. This idea, however, is historically inaccurate. Timing doesn't match. The Celts and their Druidic traditions did not arrive in Britain until at least 1000 years after Stonehenge was completed. The first written records describing the Druids come from Roman sources, Julius Caesar, 1st century BC, long after Stonehenge was built. No archaeological evidence of Druidic involvement. No artifacts, inscriptions, or evidence from Druidic rituals have ever been found at Stonehenge. The Romans described Druids as conducting their ceremonies in sacred oak groves rather than at stone circles. So why does the Druid myth persist? The idea gained popularity in the 18th and 19th centuries, when early antiquarians like William Stukeley mistakenly linked the Druids to Stonehenge. His theories, though disproven, helped establish the modern image of white-robed Druids performing rituals at Stonehenge, a tradition that continues today among Neo-Druidic and pagan groups. Evidence for links with other megalithic monuments in Europe. Stonehenge was not built in isolation. Many other megalithic, large stone, monuments exist across Europe, suggesting that the builders of Stonehenge were part of a broader cultural tradition. Other megalithic sites in Britain and Ireland. Avebury, Britain. A massive stone circle, larger than Stonehenge, located just 25 miles away. Likely built by the same Neolithic culture. Newgrange, Ireland, circa 3200 BC. A passage tomb aligned with the winter solstice, similar to Stonehenge's solar alignments. Callanish stones, Scotland, circa 2900 BC. A complex of standing stones, also thought to have astronomical significance. European connections. Some scholars believe that the megalithic culture that built Stonehenge was part of a larger European tradition. Carnac, France, circa 4000 BC. Thousands of standing stones in rows and circles, predating Stonehenge. Göbekli Tepe, Turkey, circa 9600 BC. The world's oldest known stone temple, suggesting that the tradition of sacred stone construction could be much older than previously believed. Megalithic tombs in Spain and Portugal. Similar burial mounds and stone chambers hint at shared architectural ideas across prehistoric Europe. These sites suggest that knowledge and traditions of stone construction may have spread across Europe, influencing the people who built Stonehenge. Archaeological findings. What has been unearthed? Excavations at Stonehenge have uncovered new evidence that sheds light on the people who built and used the monument. Human remains. A sacred burial site? More than 50,000 human bone fragments from over 60 individuals have been found near Stonehenge. Many of the burials date to 3000 BCE, suggesting that Stonehenge may have originally been a cremation cemetery. Some remains belonged to people from far away, including Wales and Scotland, suggesting that Stonehenge attracted visitors from across Britain. Tools and construction evidence. Antler picks, used for digging the original ditch and bank. Stone hammers, used to shape the massive stones. Evidence of ramps and wooden tracks, possibly used to transport the stones. The Amesbury Archer, a high-status individual? One of the most famous finds near Stonehenge is the grave of the Amesbury Archer, circa 2300 BC. This burial contained gold ornaments, some of the oldest gold found in Britain. A copper knife, suggesting early metalwork skills. Arrowheads and tools, indicating he was a skilled warrior or hunter. Interestingly, isotopic analysis of his teeth suggests that he was originally from Central Europe, possibly modern-day Switzerland or Germany. This implies that people traveled great distances to visit or participate in the rituals at Stonehenge. What questions remain open? Despite decades of research, many mysteries still surround Stonehenge. Who exactly designed the monument's final layout? Did the Beaker people introduce the iconic trilithon, three-stone, structure? Were different cultural groups responsible for different phases of construction? How was the labor force organized? Was construction done by small family groups or a large, organized society? Was there a ruling elite or a priestly class overseeing the project? What was the true purpose of Stonehenge? Was it primarily a burial site, a solar observatory, or a ceremonial center? Could it have served multiple functions over time? Stonehenge was not built by a single culture, but rather by generations of Neolithic and early Bronze Age Britons, possibly influenced by European megalithic traditions. The Celts and Druids arrived far too late to have played any role in its construction, despite popular myths. Archaeological discoveries, such as human burials and tools, have helped piece together the story, but many mysteries remain. Construction technologies. Is such construction possible without wheels and iron? The construction of Stonehenge presents one of the greatest engineering puzzles of the ancient world. The monument consists of massive stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, transported over long distances and carefully arranged in a sophisticated architectural layout, all without the use of wheels, iron tools, or modern machinery. How did ancient builders accomplish such a feat? How could ancient people move 25-50-ton stones for tens of miles? The stones of Stonehenge can be divided into two main types. Sarsen stones, large, hard sandstone blocks, weigh up to 50 tons each. Quarried from the Marlborough Downs about 20 miles, 32 kilometers away. Blue stones, smaller, but still massive stones, weigh between 2 to 4 tons each. Originated from the Preseli Hills in Wales, nearly 160 miles, 260 kilometers away. Transporting these stones over such vast distances without modern equipment required remarkable ingenuity. Several theories suggest how this was achieved. Dragging the stones on wooden sleds and rollers. One of the most widely accepted theories is that the builders placed the stones on wooden sleds and dragged them across the landscape. Large wooden rollers, logs, could have been placed under the sleds to reduce friction. Experimental archaeology has shown that a team of 20 to 50 people could move a multi-ton stone using this method. However, this method may have only worked for the Sarsen stones, which traveled over mostly flat land, using wooden A-frames and ropes. Another theory suggests that stones were lifted and moved using wooden A-frames and a system of ropes and levers. By creating a tripod structure, people could have gradually hoisted stones inch by inch and repositioned them as needed. Evidence of rope-making technology in Neolithic Britain suggests this was a viable technique. Floating the blue stones on rafts. Since the blue stones came from Wales, some archaeologists believe they were transported via waterways. The stones could have been dragged to the Bristol Channel, then placed on large wooden rafts. By following rivers and coastal routes, the builders could have reduced the land-based distance. Some experimental archaeologists have successfully floated large stones using this method, though it would have required extreme coordination. Sledges on greased tracks. A more recent theory suggests that instead of rolling the stones, the builders may have used greased wooden tracks. The sleds carrying the stones could have been placed on wide, lubricated planks to create a smoother surface. Animal fat, such as from cattle, or wet clay could have been used as a lubricant. This method is supported by evidence of animal bones near the site, suggesting they could have been part of the labor effort. Modern reconstructions of possible construction methods. To test these ancient engineering theories, modern researchers have attempted to replicate the movement and placement of Stonehenge's stones. 1970s archaeologist John Stone's experiments. He and his team attempted to transport large stones using ropes and log rollers. The experiment was somewhat successful but highlighted the enormous manpower required. 1994, engineer Mark Lehner and his team conducted an experiment using ropes, sleds, and 30 workers to drag a 10-ton stone. The stone was successfully moved, but progress was slow, showing that moving a 50-ton sarsen would have required even more effort. 2000s, Mike Pitts and English heritage tests. A team tested water transport methods for the bluestones. They created wooden rafts and successfully floated a 4-ton stone across a river. However, the open sea route remained too challenging, leading some to doubt the viability of this method. 2010s, Wally Wallington's one-man experiment. American construction worker Wally Wallington demonstrated a technique where a single person could move multi-ton stones using only levers and counterweights. By rocking a stone back and forth and inserting small wooden supports, he could move large blocks with minimal effort. While impressive, this method would have been time-consuming for mass transport. The interest of American engineers and researchers in the Stonehenge mystery. The challenge of how Stonehenge was built has captured the imagination of engineers, scientists, and researchers worldwide, particularly in the United States. NASA and anti-gravity theories. Some engineers at NASA have speculated whether ancient builders used principles of physics and counterweight balance that are not well documented. While no evidence of anti-gravity technology exists, theories about sound waves or magnetic levitation continue to intrigue certain researchers. MIT's studies on ancient engineering. Engineers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, have studied friction-reducing techniques used by ancient civilizations. Experiments suggest that dragging heavy objects is much easier if the ground is slightly dampened, a method that could have been used by Stonehenge builders. American documentaries and TV shows. Shows like Ancient Aliens and National Geographic specials frequently explore the mechanics of Stonehenge's construction. Some programs suggest alternative theories, such as alien intervention, though mainstream archaeologists reject these ideas. The role of modern megalithic builders. Some American engineers and stonemasons have attempted to recreate Stonehenge-like structures using only ancient tools. In Washington state, an engineer named Jim Vieira has built partial stone circles using only manual labor. The construction of Stonehenge remains an impressive feat of ancient engineering. Though no single method has been proven beyond doubt, modern experiments suggest that Neolithic builders likely used a combination of sledges, wooden rollers, water transport, and teamwork to move the stones. The interest of modern engineers, scientists, and researchers, including those from the United States, shows that Stonehenge is more than just an ancient monument. It is an enduring symbol of human ingenuity. The search for answers continues, but one thing is certain: the people who built Stonehenge were far more advanced than we often assume. The astronomical hypothesis, ancient observatory or sun temple. Stonehenge has long fascinated historians, archaeologists, and astronomers alike due to its apparent alignment with celestial events, particularly the solstices. Could it have been designed as an astronomical observatory? Or was it primarily a sacred temple dedicated to the sun? This debate remains one of the most intriguing aspects of Stonehenge's mystery. Coincidences with solstices and lunar cycles. One of the most striking features of Stonehenge is its precise alignment with the movements of the sun and moon. This has led many to believe that the site functioned as an ancient astronomical calendar. The summer and winter solstices. Every year, on the summer solstice, June 21st, the rising sun aligns perfectly with the heel stone, an isolated megalith located outside the main circle. On the winter solstice, December 21st, the setting sun aligns with the central axis of the monument, shining directly through the tallest trilithon, the paired vertical stones capped with a horizontal lintel. These alignments are not accidental. They suggest that Stonehenge was built with a deep understanding of the sun's cycles. A solar temple for religious rituals. Some experts believe that Stonehenge was a place of worship, where ancient Britons gathered to honor the sun. The summer solstice may have been a festival celebrating life and renewal, while the winter solstice may have been associated with death and rebirth. An agricultural calendar. The solstices marked critical times for planting and harvesting. By tracking the sun's movement, Neolithic farmers could have determined the best times for agricultural activities. A sacred place for the dead. Archaeological evidence shows that human remains were buried at Stonehenge. Some scholars suggest that the winter solstice marked a time of honoring the ancestors, as it symbolized the longest night before the return of the sun's light. Lunar alignments and the 18.6-year cycle. The moon also plays a significant role in Stonehenge's design. Some of the station stones, smaller stones positioned around the monument, align with the major and minor lunar standstills, a phenomenon that occurs once every 18.6 years when the moon reaches its extreme northern and southern positions. This suggests that Stonehenge's builders had a sophisticated knowledge of lunar cycles, possibly for predicting eclipses or timing nocturnal rituals. Relationship to astronomical structures in other parts of the world. Stonehenge is not the only ancient monument with celestial alignments. Many other cultures built astronomical sites, reinforcing the idea that watching the skies was a universal human practice. Mayan and Inca architecture. El Castillo, Chichen Itza, Mexico. This Mayan pyramid aligns with the spring and autumn equinoxes. On these days, a shadow resembling a serpent slithers down the steps, representing the feathered serpent god, Kukulkan. Machu Picchu's Intihuatana stone, Peru. The Incas built a sun-tracking stone at Machu Picchu. During the winter solstice, the sun aligns perfectly with the stone, reinforcing the sacred relationship between the Incas and the sun god, Inti. These civilizations, just like the builders of Stonehenge, incorporated astronomy into their architecture, demonstrating a shared human interest in understanding the cosmos. Similar megalithic complexes in the US, Stonehenge in Washington, D.C., and American Earth mounds. Surprisingly, the United States has its own Stonehenge-inspired structures, as well as ancient Native American sites that may have had astronomical functions. The American Stonehenge in Washington state. In Maryhill, Washington, a full-scale replica of Stonehenge was built in 1918 by Samuel Hill. Unlike the original Stonehenge, this monument was constructed from concrete, but it aligns with the summer solstice like its British counterpart. Though purely commemorative, it reflects how Stonehenge continues to inspire astronomical fascination. The Georgia Guidestones. Often referred to as America's Stonehenge, this mysterious granite monument in Georgia was erected in 1980. It contained inscriptions about astronomy, philosophy, and world governance. Before its destruction in 2022, one of its stones had an alignment with the sun's position during solstices and equinoxes, similar to Stonehenge. Native American earth mounds and sun calendars. Cahokia Mounds, Illinois. The largest pre-Columbian settlement in North America, built by the Mississippians, contained a circular arrangement of wooden posts, nicknamed Woodhenge, which aligned with the solstices. Used as an agricultural calendar and ceremonial site, much like Stonehenge. Bighorn Medicine Wheel, Wyoming. A circle of stones with 28 spokes, built by the indigenous Plains tribes. Aligns with the summer solstice sunrise and certain star positions. Possibly used as a ceremonial observatory, similar to Stonehenge. Observatory, sun temple, or both. Stonehenge's astronomical precision suggests that it was more than just a random arrangement of stones. It may have served multiple purposes. A solar observatory for marking the solstices and lunar cycles. A religious temple dedicated to the sun and celestial gods. A calendar for agricultural and ceremonial planning. While its exact function remains a subject of debate, one thing is clear: Stonehenge reflects an ancient society's deep connection to the cosmos, a tradition mirrored in cultures across the world, including the Americas. Stonehenge as a center of religious rituals. Stonehenge is often thought of as a place of worship, not just an ancient astronomical observatory or a megalithic monument, but as a sacred site for religious rituals, including those connected to death, the afterlife, and the cycles of nature. Many of the theories surrounding its construction and use center on its spiritual significance, especially in relation to ancient burial practices and ceremonial rites. Evidence of sacrifice and the cult of the dead. One of the most compelling theories about Stonehenge is its association with the cult of the dead. Archaeological evidence suggests that the site may have been a focus for burial rituals long before the iconic stone circle was erected. Numerous human remains have been discovered in the area surrounding Stonehenge, some of which show signs of violent death, possibly suggesting ritual sacrifice. The excavation of nearby sites like the Amesbury Archer, a man buried with numerous grave goods, and the discovery of human remains at the nearby Dangton Walls site, a place believed to have been a settlement for those who visited Stonehenge, further reinforced the idea that the area was an important religious and ceremonial location. The remains of people were often buried with items meant to accompany them in the afterlife, which reflects the spiritual nature of the site. In addition to these burial findings, some researchers suggest that Stonehenge could have been a center for ancestor worship, where the dead were honored and their spirits were believed to influence the living. This idea aligns with the concept of death as a crucial part of cyclical time, a belief system common to many ancient cultures. Rituals performed at Stonehenge, therefore, might have been designed not only to honor the dead but also to ensure the health and prosperity of the living through the guidance and protection of their ancestors. Theories about Druids and pagan rituals. For centuries, the Celts, and more specifically the Druids, have been associated with Stonehenge. The Druidic connection became prominent in the 17th and 18th centuries, particularly with the rise of romantic ideas surrounding ancient paganism and the natural world. The Druids were believed to be a class of priests who conducted sacred rituals, and many speculated that Stonehenge was a site where these rituals took place. However, evidence linking the Druids directly to Stonehenge is sparse, and modern archaeology suggests that the site was constructed and used long before the Celts or Druids appeared in Britain. Despite this lack of evidence, the idea of the Druids as ancient priest-like figures overseeing sacred ceremonies continues to capture the imagination. The Druids are often depicted as conducting ritualistic ceremonies involving sacrifices, the solstices, and the veneration of the natural world, particularly the sun and moon. In this context, Stonehenge's alignment with the solar solstices supports the idea that it was a ceremonial space used for observing the movement of celestial bodies and for performing religious rites tied to these cycles. Over time, the association of Stonehenge with the Druids and pagan practices contributed to its enduring image as a symbol of ancient mystery and spiritual power. Today, modern neo-pagan groups, especially those practicing Wicca and Druidry, continue to celebrate the solstices and other seasonal festivals at Stonehenge. For many, it is a place of reverence for the earth, the cycles of nature, and the ancient traditions that still hold meaning in modern spiritual practices. Why modern neo-paganism continues to hold ceremonies at Stonehenge? One of the most fascinating aspects of Stonehenge today is its role in modern neo-paganism. Every year, thousands of people gather at Stonehenge to celebrate the winter and summer solstices, events that have held spiritual significance for centuries. These gatherings are a mix of modern spirituality and ancient traditions, linking contemporary pagans to their ancestors through the powerful symbolism of the site. The importance of Stonehenge in neo-pagan practices can be traced to its long-standing association with the celestial cycles, death, and rebirth. For modern pagans, the stone circle represents a connection to the natural world and the divine forces of the earth, sun, and moon. Celebrations at the solstices mark important points in the pagan calendar, with rituals designed to honor the sun's movement and its life-giving power. These celebrations are a form of communion with the past, as well as an expression of modern spiritual beliefs, often centered around themes of nature worship, fertility, and the cycle of life and death. The continued importance of Stonehenge to neo-pagan groups highlights the enduring power of ancient sites to inspire religious and spiritual practices. For these modern worshippers, the stones are not just remnants of an ancient past, but living symbols of connection to the earth, the cosmos, and the spirits of their ancestors. The mysteries of geology, the anomalous properties of Stonehenge stones. Stonehenge is not just an archaeological marvel, it is also a geological mystery, with the stones themselves raising questions that have intrigued researchers and visitors for centuries. The monument consists of two main types of stones, the larger sarsen stones and the smaller blue stones, each with their own distinct origin and properties. These stones have captured the imagination of geologists, archaeologists, and even the general public, leading to fascinating theories about their origins and unusual characteristics. Where did the blue stones come from? The blue stones are perhaps the most enigmatic feature of Stonehenge. These smaller stones, weighing around 4 tons each, are believed to have been sourced from the Preseli Hills in Wales, some 150 miles, 240 kilometers, away from the site. How these stones were transported to Stonehenge remains one of the biggest mysteries in its construction. Several theories have been proposed about how the ancient builders might have moved the stones. One possibility is that they were dragged or floated along rivers, though this would have been a highly challenging and labor-intensive task. Another theory is that the stones were transported using wooden sledges or rollers, though such a method would still require considerable manpower and organization. The fact that these stones were brought from such a great distance suggests that they held significant value to the builders, whether for their symbolic, ceremonial, or even medicinal properties. Geologists have long been puzzled by the exact nature of the blue stones themselves. Unlike the local sarsen stones, which are made of sandstone, the blue stones are composed of a variety of rock types, including dolerite, rhyolite, and tuff. These stones are believed to have been chosen for their aesthetic qualities, as well as their supposed mystical properties. Some researchers suggest that their distinctive appearance and rarity may have imbued them with special significance, making them central to the religious or ritualistic functions of Stonehenge. Why do some of the stones emit sound when struck? Another peculiar feature of some of the stones at Stonehenge is that certain of them emit a ringing sound when struck. This phenomenon, known as resonance, occurs when a stone vibrates at a particular frequency, producing an audible tone. Some scientists and researchers have speculated that this could have been an intentional feature of the monument, designed to create a sonic experience for those who gathered at Stonehenge for rituals or ceremonies. The idea that the stones themselves could have been used to create a musical or reverberating effect is particularly intriguing, as it suggests that the builders of Stonehenge may have had a sophisticated understanding of acoustics. It also raises the possibility that the sound emitted by the stones may have been incorporated into rituals, further linking the monument to its religious and ceremonial functions. Do Stonehenge stones have medicinal or magnetic properties? Over the years, various theories have arisen suggesting that the stones at Stonehenge may possess medicinal or magnetic properties. Some have claimed that the blue stones, in particular, have a healing power, possibly due to the minerals contained within them. This belief has led to modern-day attempts to harness the purported energy of the stones, with people coming to Stonehenge to charge themselves or seek healing through the stone's energy. Another theory posits that the stones could have magnetic properties, which may have influenced how they were moved or aligned during the construction of Stonehenge. While scientific research has largely debunked these claims, they persist in popular culture, adding to the mystique surrounding the monument. Alien intervention or forgotten technology. Perhaps the most outlandish theories about Stonehenge involve claims of extraterrestrial involvement or the use of lost technologies. These theories have captured the public's imagination, particularly in the context of the ancient astronaut hypothesis, which suggests that advanced extraterrestrial beings helped ancient civilizations achieve feats that were otherwise impossible with the technology available at the time. Why is Stonehenge popular with proponents of the ancient astronaut theory? The ancient astronaut theory, which gained popularity in the mid-20th century, posits that aliens visited Earth in ancient times and influenced the development of human civilizations. For proponents of this theory, Stonehenge serves as a prime example of a site that could not have been constructed with the tools and knowledge available to prehistoric people. The idea is that the monument's complex construction, the alignment with celestial bodies, and the transportation of massive stones over great distances could only have been accomplished with the help of advanced extraterrestrial technology. Some even suggest that the purpose of Stonehenge was to communicate with or honor these extraterrestrial beings, with the stones themselves serving as a form of alien technology or a marker for visitors from the stars. Though mainstream scholars dismiss these ideas, they remain a significant part of popular culture, especially in ufology and pseudoscientific circles. Myths about levitation, anti-gravity, and technology of the gods. Linked to the idea of alien intervention is the myth that the ancient builders of Stonehenge possessed levitation technology or anti-gravity devices. These theories often draw on the notion that the massive stones were moved through means beyond human capabilities, such as using technology of the gods or forgotten ancient technologies. According to these myths, the builders may have had access to advanced machines or knowledge of physical principles that allowed them to manipulate gravity and lift heavy stones without the need for tools like pulleys or cranes. While there is no concrete evidence supporting these ideas, they persist in ufological circles and in conspiracy theories. They add to the allure of Stonehenge as a mysterious and otherworldly site, where human knowledge and extraterrestrial intervention might have intersected. Stonehenge in American ufological theories. Stonehenge also holds a prominent place in American ufology, where it is often cited as an example of an ancient alien artifact. Just as the pyramids of Egypt and other megalithic sites are sometimes attributed to alien involvement, so too is Stonehenge, particularly when discussing the possibility that ancient extraterrestrial beings influenced the development of human civilization. In American UFO culture, Stonehenge is frequently linked to theories about ancient alien astronauts who came to Earth in prehistoric times, leaving behind physical markers of their presence in the form of monumental structures. Though these ideas are widely regarded as pseudoscience by historians and archaeologists, they continue to fuel the mystery of Stonehenge, keeping it at the forefront of popular culture, television shows, documentaries, and books that explore the intersection of history, archaeology, and extraterrestrial influence. Stonehenge in world and American culture. Stonehenge, with its towering stones and its air of mystery, has inspired not only scholars and archaeologists but also generations of storytellers, artists, and filmmakers. As a result, it has become a prominent symbol in global and American culture, frequently appearing in legends, myths, and even modern paranormal theories. Its enigmatic nature, combined with its association with ancient rituals and mysteries, has led to numerous interpretations across time and place. In particular, the myths surrounding Stonehenge often blend historical facts with fanciful tales, adding to the monument's larger-than-life mystique. The legend that Stonehenge was built by the devil himself. One of the most enduring legends about Stonehenge is the belief that the monument was built by the devil. This tale has its origins in the Christianized medieval worldview, where many natural wonders and ancient sites were often attributed to supernatural or demonic forces. According to the legend, Stonehenge was constructed by the devil himself as a kind of dark monument. Some versions of the story claim that it was built in a single night, as the devil's minions carried massive stones to the site under the cover of darkness. The monument's eerie and otherworldly nature, as well as its apparent lack of explanation for its construction, made it a perfect target for such a mythical explanation. In certain versions of the story, the stones of Stonehenge were said to be human sacrifices or the remains of sinful people, further reinforcing the connection to evil forces. The idea that Stonehenge was the work of the devil resonated with the Christian belief in the inherent sinfulness of pre-Christian cultures, casting Stonehenge as a symbol of heathen worship and the power of dark forces. This particular myth is just one example of how folklore often associates ancient structures like Stonehenge with supernatural explanations, especially when their origins or purpose are unclear. The narrative of the devil constructing Stonehenge has persisted into modern culture, often appearing in literature, movies, and pop culture as a symbol of the mysterious and the macabre. Stories about King Arthur and the magician Merlin. Another layer of mythology surrounding Stonehenge is its connection to the legendary tales of King Arthur and his magician, Merlin. According to medieval stories, Stonehenge was said to have been brought to its current location by the wizard Merlin, who had a deep understanding of magic and the natural world. One of the most popular versions of this myth comes from Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britanniae, History of the Kings of Britain, written in the 12th century, which recounted the story of how the stones were transported from Ireland to England. In the Arthurian legend, Merlin is portrayed as a powerful sorcerer with the ability to perform miraculous feats. One such feat, according to the legend, was his use of magical powers to move the great stones of Stonehenge from Ireland to their present location in Wiltshire. The stones were said to be originally part of a giant circle in Ireland, erected by giants to honor their ancestors. Merlin, through his magical abilities, is said to have moved these stones to England and placed them as a memorial to the fallen British soldiers who had died in battle. This legendary act of stone moving became one of the defining myths surrounding Stonehenge, blending the mystique of the site with the enchanting world of Arthurian legend. The link between Merlin, King Arthur, and Stonehenge also taps into themes of sacred knowledge and ancient wisdom, which are central to the Arthurian cycle. In this context, Stonehenge becomes not just a mysterious site but a symbol of the magical and mystical traditions that define the Arthurian world. Its status as a sacred site in these tales elevates it from an enigmatic monument to a place of great power and significance, connected to the mythical past of Britain. Over time, the association of Stonehenge with Arthurian legend has become deeply ingrained in both British and world folklore. The idea that the stones were either magically moved or created through ancient wisdom continues to captivate the imaginations of people today, keeping the connection between Stonehenge and the legend of King Arthur alive in modern storytelling and popular culture. Why is Stonehenge often mentioned in folklore and paranormal theories in the United States? In addition to its prominence in British mythology, Stonehenge has captured the imagination of people in the United States, where it is often mentioned in paranormal theories and folklore. The mystery surrounding the origins and purpose of Stonehenge makes it a popular subject for those interested in the supernatural, the unexplained, and the occult. One reason Stonehenge is so often mentioned in American paranormal theories is that it serves as an ideal setting for stories about ancient mysteries and extraterrestrial involvement. The sheer scale of the monument, its alignment with the solstices, and its puzzling construction methods all contribute to a sense of awe and wonder, making it a prime candidate for paranormal speculation. Some Americans believe that Stonehenge is not just an ancient site but a kind of ancient signal, designed to communicate with extraterrestrial beings or to mark the locations of important cosmic events. This theory is often tied to the broader ancient astronaut hypothesis, which suggests that advanced alien civilizations influenced the development of human culture and technology. Moreover, Stonehenge's connection to Earth energies and ley lines, hypothetical alignments of sacred sites across the globe, has been a popular topic in New Age and esoteric circles in the US. Many people believe that Stonehenge is a site of spiritual power, where geomagnetic energies or cosmic forces converge. This belief leads to claims that Stonehenge might be a place of paranormal activity, with reports of unusual phenomena such as strange lights, ghostly apparitions, or heightened mystical experiences among visitors. In addition to these paranormal theories, Stonehenge has become a symbol of broader themes in American culture, including the quest for hidden knowledge, the exploration of ancient mysteries, and the search for meaning in an often chaotic world. As the US continues to embrace pop culture narratives about the supernatural, Stonehenge's status as a sacred and mysterious site only adds to its allure. For Americans, the legend of Stonehenge is not just a distant relic of British history but a part of a global fascination with the unknown. Interestingly, Stonehenge also has a place in American folklore through the existence of American Stonehenges, sites that resemble or claim to be inspired by Stonehenge's design. One of the most well-known of these is the America's Stonehenge site in New Hampshire, a location that features standing stones and other megalithic structures. While these American versions of Stonehenge are far from the monumental scale of the British site, they share many of the same themes of ancient mystery and ritualistic significance. These American adaptations further cement Stonehenge's place in the cultural imagination, linking the British monument to a worldwide fascination with ancient megaliths and the unexplained. In pop culture, the mystique of Stonehenge has also found its way into a variety of media, from movies to television shows to music. Stonehenge has appeared in films such as Transformers: The Last Knight, where it is presented as a site of alien significance, and in series like Doctor Who, where it serves as a gateway to time travel and cosmic phenomena. Its inclusion in these stories highlights the continued fascination with the site, blending its ancient history with the limitless possibilities of modern storytelling. Stonehenge's role in American culture is thus multifaceted, serving not only as a symbol of mystery and the supernatural but also as a connection point for Americans to the broader global history of megalithic sites. It continues to be a site that sparks curiosity, encourages speculation, and feeds into a growing interest in exploring the hidden forces that might shape our world. Stonehenge's place in both world and American culture is marked by a rich tapestry of legends, myths, and modern interpretations. From its connections to the devil and magical beings like Merlin to its presence in contemporary paranormal theories, Stonehenge remains a focal point for both historical curiosity and fantastical speculation. As a site that has sparked the imagination for centuries, it continues to inspire storytellers, filmmakers, and researchers alike, proving that its mystique transcends time and geographical boundaries. Whether in folklore, pop culture, or paranormal speculation, Stonehenge stands as a monument not only to ancient civilization but also to the enduring human desire to explore the unknown. Stonehenge in US pop culture. Stonehenge, with its mysterious origins and enigmatic purpose, has made a significant impact on pop culture worldwide, particularly in the United States. Over the years, it has transcended its status as a prehistoric monument in England to become a symbol of the unknown, the supernatural, and the fantastical. Its striking appearance, unique construction, and the many unsolved mysteries surrounding it have made Stonehenge an ideal subject for films, television, literature, and music, becoming embedded in American culture in ways both obvious and subtle. In this section, we will explore the various ways Stonehenge has influenced American pop culture, from Hollywood films to literary references and even American Stonehenge analogs across the country. Hollywood movies related to Stonehenge, from Transformers to Doctor Who. Stonehenge's influence in Hollywood is undeniable. The site's ability to evoke mystery, power, and an air of the supernatural makes it a compelling setting for cinematic storytelling. Stonehenge has appeared in numerous blockbuster films, often tied to themes of alien encounters, ancient mysteries, or time travel. In the 2017 film Transformers: The Last Knight, Stonehenge plays a prominent role as the site of an ancient battle between humans and Transformers. In the movie, the iconic stones are reimagined as part of a larger global struggle between alien forces and humanity, with Stonehenge itself serving as a strategic location of power. The film embraces a highly speculative, action-packed narrative, intertwining history with futuristic technology and extraterrestrial intervention. It's an example of how Stonehenge is used in Hollywood not just for its historical significance but for its potential as a mysterious object imbued with ancient knowledge and powerful forces. Stonehenge's appearance in Transformers is just one example of its recurring role in science fiction. The iconic stones have also been featured in TV series like Doctor Who, a show known for blending history, time travel, and supernatural phenomena. In Doctor Who, Stonehenge serves as a nexus of mysterious events, often tied to the concept of time and space. For example, in the episode The Pandorica Opens, Stonehenge is used as a key location for the Doctor's battle against extraterrestrial enemies. The series, which explores multiple dimensions, alien invasions, and time paradoxes, uses Stonehenge as a symbol of hidden knowledge and ancient power. The monument's presence in Doctor Who reinforces the idea that Stonehenge is more than just a physical location. It is a portal to other worlds, times, and realities. These films and TV shows play on the themes of ancient technology, cosmic energy, and supernatural phenomena that surround Stonehenge in both historical and speculative contexts. Its recurring presence in Hollywood movies ties into a broader fascination with sites of mystery and power, positioning Stonehenge as a symbol of the hidden, the mystical, and the otherworldly. The role of Stonehenge in American literature, comics, and music. Beyond film and television, Stonehenge has made its mark on American literature, comics, and music, often taking on the role of a powerful, symbolic structure that represents something much larger than itself. In literature, particularly works of fantasy and science fiction, Stonehenge is frequently cited as a symbol of ancient knowledge, forgotten civilizations, or cosmic alignment. In works of literature, the mystery of Stonehenge is often intertwined with themes of human exploration, history, and spirituality. Authors such as Stephen King, H.P. Lovecraft, and even J.R.R. Tolkien, though not directly referencing Stonehenge, use ancient and mystical locations similar to it to evoke a sense of deep, hidden power. For example, Stephen King's novel The Stand references Stonehenge-like monoliths as markers of a lost, pre-apocalyptic civilization, symbolizing the unknown forces at play in his dystopian world. These literary references capitalize on the aura of mystery that surrounds Stonehenge, using it as a metaphor for larger existential questions about humanity and its relationship with the cosmos. Stonehenge has also made its way into the world of American comic books, where it often represents an ancient site of power. In Marvel Comics, for example, Stonehenge appears in several storylines. In one arc, the legendary location is used as a base of operations by the British superhero Captain Britain, underscoring the connection between the site and the supernatural or mystical forces at play in these worlds. The idea that Stonehenge could be a hub for supernatural beings or mystical energy resonates strongly within the fantasy comic genre, where ancient sites are often depicted as gateways to otherworldly realms or centers of hidden knowledge. In music, Stonehenge has been immortalized in numerous songs, with one of the most famous examples being the British rock band Spinal Tap's comedic song, Stonehenge. The song, part of their mockumentary film This Is Spinal Tap humorously references the mystique and awe surrounding the site, while also poking fun at its role in popular culture. The band, known for their satirical take on rock and roll, uses Stonehenge as a symbol of the over-the-top and absurdity often found in the world of rock music. On a more serious note, other musical references to Stonehenge evoke its spiritual and mystical qualities, with artists across genres, such as progressive rock, ambient music, and new age genres, drawing on the symbol of Stonehenge as an emblem of ancient wisdom or cosmic connection. Whether in comics, literature, or music, Stonehenge continues to serve as a cultural touchstone, a place of myth, magic, and mystery that artists draw upon to evoke larger ideas about history, power, and the unknown. American Stonehenge analogues in the United States, e.g., Mystery Hill in New Hampshire. While Stonehenge remains one of the most iconic and recognizable megalithic sites in the world, its influence has extended across the United States, where other sites have been dubbed American Stonehenge or have been constructed to mimic the original's unique structure. One such site is Mystery Hill in Salem, New Hampshire, which is sometimes referred to as America's Stonehenge. The site features numerous standing stones, stone chambers, and other megalithic structures, and it has been the subject of much debate and speculation regarding its origins and purpose. Similar to Stonehenge, Mystery Hill is believed by some to be a prehistoric site, possibly dating back thousands of years, though archaeological evidence to support this claim is lacking. Some proponents of the ancient astronaut theory suggest that the site may have been constructed by extraterrestrial beings or advanced ancient civilizations. Others believe the site has astronomical significance, like Stonehenge, possibly aligning with the solstices or other celestial events. The mystery surrounding the purpose of Mystery Hill mirrors the sense of intrigue and wonder that surrounds Stonehenge, making it an American analog to the ancient monument. Mystery Hill is not the only American site to bear similarities to Stonehenge. There are other examples, such as the Georgia Guidestones, a granite monument in Georgia, which also evokes the imagery of ancient megalithic structures. While not a direct replica of Stonehenge, the Guidestones serve as a modern counterpart, drawing on the mystique of standing stones to impart a message about humanity's future and its relationship with the earth. These sites, along with other megalithic structures across the U.S., illustrate the enduring cultural impact of Stonehenge on the American imagination. In some cases, Stonehenge is even constructed as an attraction, inviting visitors to experience the mystery and allure of the original monument in an American context. For instance, the Carhenge in Nebraska is a quirky homage to Stonehenge, created entirely out of old cars. Though not attempting to mirror the original in purpose or ancient significance, Carhenge serves as an example of how Stonehenge's iconic form and symbolism have been appropriated and reimagined across the United States. Stonehenge's legacy in American pop culture is vast and varied, influencing a broad spectrum of media and creative expressions. From Hollywood films like Transformers and Doctor Who to music, literature, and comics, Stonehenge serves as a symbol of the unknown, a site of cosmic power, and a connection to ancient mysteries that transcend time and place. Additionally, American sites like Mystery Hill and Carhenge demonstrate the ongoing fascination with megalithic structures, further cementing Stonehenge's role in shaping American cultural imagination. Whether as a literal monument or a symbolic presence, Stonehenge's impact on pop culture endures, continuing to inspire awe and intrigue across generations. Stonehenge and American tourists. Stonehenge, one of the most iconic landmarks in the world, continues to captivate the imagination of people from all corners of the globe, with thousands of American tourists visiting the site every year. Its mysterious allure, historical significance, and association with the unknown draw people not only from Britain but also from across the ocean, particularly from the United States. The reasons behind the enduring popularity of Stonehenge among American visitors are multifaceted, ranging from its rich historical intrigue to the opportunity to connect with the ancient and the mystical. In this section, we'll explore why so many Americans make the pilgrimage to Stonehenge, how it became one of the most photographed sites in the world, and the modern-day festivals and celebrations that continue to take place at the monument. Why do thousands of Americans visit Stonehenge each year? Stonehenge's magnetic pull on American tourists can be attributed to a variety of factors. At the heart of it, Stonehenge represents a link to the past that is not only ancient but also shrouded in mystery. Its historical significance and the unanswered questions about its purpose and construction continue to fuel curiosity and fascination. Many Americans visit Stonehenge as part of a broader European tour, wanting to witness firsthand one of the world's most famous monuments and to experience the awe that many before them have felt. However, there are deeper motivations that drive this attraction. Firstly, Americans have a long history of fascination with ancient cultures and monuments. The unique and mysterious nature of Stonehenge makes it a prime destination for those interested in archaeology, ancient history, and the human desire to uncover lost knowledge. The allure of a site that has stood for thousands of years, holding secrets that have yet to be fully revealed, is incredibly powerful. For American visitors, Stonehenge serves as a bridge to the past, connecting them to ancient civilizations in a way that few other sites can. Whether as part of a history lesson or as an immersive experience, the visit to Stonehenge offers a tangible connection to a world long gone. Moreover, Stonehenge is often associated with a sense of the mystical and the spiritual. For many, the monument represents more than just a physical structure. It is a symbol of mystery, connection to the earth, and a reminder of humanity's quest to understand the cosmos. As such, it appeals to those with an interest in spirituality, the supernatural, or even the unexplained. Many visitors are intrigued by the numerous theories surrounding its purpose. Was it an astronomical observatory, a religious site, or something else entirely? This aura of mystery invites individuals to visit in hopes of finding answers, or simply to be in the presence of something ancient and awe-inspiring. Stonehenge also serves as a cultural touchstone for American visitors. Its image is deeply embedded in the global consciousness, appearing in movies, books, and even everyday conversations. As a result, many Americans approach the monument with a sense of recognition and wonder. Visiting Stonehenge offers a unique opportunity to engage with a part of world history that is often romanticized or mythologized in popular media. In some ways, visiting the site is akin to participating in a larger cultural moment, one that connects visitors to the broader human experience. How did Stonehenge become one of the most photographed places in the world? Stonehenge's status as one of the most photographed locations in the world can be traced to both its unique visual appeal and its cultural significance. The dramatic stone circle set against the backdrop of the open English countryside is a striking and memorable image, one that has become synonymous with mystery and history. In the era of digital photography and social media, Stonehenge's image has been shared and spread across the globe, further cementing its position as a must-see site. The visual symmetry of the monument, its towering stone monoliths arranged in a circular pattern, makes it a naturally photogenic location. The play of light and shadow throughout the day, particularly at sunrise and sunset, creates a breathtaking visual spectacle that has drawn photographers, both amateur and professional, for decades. These images are frequently shared on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, contributing to Stonehenge's global visibility and reputation as one of the most photographed places in the world. Stonehenge's appearance in the media also plays a significant role in its iconic status. From its prominent feature in films, documentaries, and television shows to its frequent representation in books, magazines, and advertisements, Stonehenge has become part of the visual language of popular culture. This widespread exposure has helped fuel the desire among tourists, especially Americans, to capture their own photographs at the site, contributing to its fame. As the demand for images and experiences that embody the extraordinary grows in the modern age, places like Stonehenge, with their rich history and spectacular visual appeal, have become indispensable subjects for travelers seeking to document their journey. Additionally, the notion of visiting Stonehenge is often romanticized, symbolizing a connection with the past and the mystical. Many American tourists visit with the intention of experiencing something greater than the physical monument itself, something transcendent. For them, capturing a photograph at Stonehenge is not just about the image, It's about preserving the memory of a journey to a place that resonates deeply with the human imagination. Whether it's a personal moment of reflection or a shared experience with loved ones, these photos serve as tangible reminders of the connection between the past and the present. Modern festivals and celebrations at Stonehenge. Stonehenge is not just a passive site for tourists to visit and take photographs. It is also a place of active celebration, particularly during certain times of the year when people gather to mark the solstices and other important celestial events. The monument has long been associated with seasonal rituals and spiritual gatherings, and today, it continues to attract both pagans and tourists alike for its role in modern-day festivals and celebrations. Perhaps the most famous event at Stonehenge is the summer solstice, held every year on or around June 21st. This celebration marks the longest day of the year and is seen as a time of renewal and spiritual awakening. For thousands of years, people have associated the solstice with powerful cosmic forces, and many believe Stonehenge was specifically constructed to align with the sun's position during this time. As a result, the summer solstice attracts tens of thousands of visitors, including those from the US, who come to experience the site at a moment of great cultural and spiritual significance. The solstice celebrations at Stonehenge are marked by vibrant gatherings, complete with drumming, dancing, singing, and ceremonies. People from around the world come to join the festivities, which include both modern neo-pagan rituals and more secular forms of celebration. The atmosphere is one of collective energy, where people of various beliefs and backgrounds unite in reverence for the power of the sun and the changing of the seasons. In addition to the summer solstice, the winter solstice, which occurs around December 21st, also sees gatherings at Stonehenge. However, this celebration is more subdued, as only a small number of people are allowed to enter the inner circle of the stones. The winter solstice marks the shortest day of the year and is traditionally seen as a time of introspection and reflection, as the world moves from darkness into the promise of light and renewal. The popularity of these celebrations has continued to grow, especially among those in the neo-pagan community. Many modern pagans who view Stonehenge as a sacred site hold ceremonies at the monument to honor ancient traditions. These ceremonies often involve rituals related to the cycles of the earth, the elements, and the cosmos. For modern neo-pagans, Stonehenge represents a powerful symbol of earth-based spirituality, and the act of celebrating the solstices at the site is a way to connect with ancient practices and affirm their place in the broader spiritual landscape. These modern-day celebrations are a testament to the enduring relevance of Stonehenge in the 21st century. The ongoing rituals and gatherings at the site reflect the continued importance of this ancient monument in contemporary society, not only as a tourist destination but as a living, breathing part of cultural and spiritual life. Stonehenge's appeal to American tourists is multifaceted, encompassing a deep sense of historical mystery, spiritual significance, and visual allure. Thousands of Americans visit the site each year to experience firsthand the awe that has captivated people for centuries. The monument's status as one of the most photographed places in the world only adds to its mystique, as visitors seek to capture their own personal connection to this iconic landmark. Finally, the modern festivals and celebrations that take place at Stonehenge, particularly those surrounding the solstices, continue to draw people from all over the world, allowing them to experience the ancient site in a new, living context. Whether for historical, spiritual, or personal reasons, Stonehenge remains a powerful and enduring symbol that attracts American tourists seeking to connect with the ancient mysteries of our past. Stonehenge, the ancient stone circle located in the heart of England, continues to intrigue and captivate people around the world, including millions of visitors from the United States. For centuries, it has stood as a symbol of mystery, ancient knowledge, and the quest for understanding the cosmos. Although many aspects of its history have been uncovered, much about Stonehenge remains a riddle, leaving room for speculation, discovery, and wonder. This concluding section will explore which mysteries have been solved, which remain unanswered, the future of Stonehenge, and why it holds significance not just for Britain, but for the entire world. Which mysteries of Stonehenge have been solved and which remain unsolved? Throughout the years, Stonehenge has yielded significant archaeological discoveries that have shed light on its purpose and construction, though many questions persist. One of the most important advancements in understanding the site was determining that it was built in stages, beginning around 3000 BCE and continuing for over a millennium. The use of radiocarbon dating, excavation of surrounding structures, and the analysis of human remains found in nearby burial mounds have allowed researchers to form a clearer picture of Stonehenge as a place of religious and ceremonial importance. The discovery of the blue stones, originating from the Preseli Hills in Wales, was a breakthrough in understanding how the stones were transported. This helped dispel early theories that the stones were brought from Egypt or other distant lands. While the exact methods used to move these massive stones without modern technology remain unclear, modern reconstructions suggest that advanced engineering techniques involving wooden sledges, ropes, and manpower were likely used. This gives us a glimpse into the extraordinary capabilities of ancient peoples who created such a monument without the wheel or iron tools. Another key discovery was Stonehenge's alignment with astronomical events, especially the solstices. The positioning of the stones, particularly the heel stone, suggests the site was used to mark solar and lunar events, reinforcing the theory that it may have functioned as an astronomical observatory or sun temple. This discovery has been one of the more definitive answers in the ongoing study of Stonehenge's purpose, adding weight to the idea that the monument held spiritual and ritual significance tied to celestial cycles. However, several mysteries still remain. Perhaps the most intriguing is the question of who exactly built Stonehenge and why. While we know that Neolithic and Bronze Age peoples played a significant role in its construction, the motivations behind its creation are still debated. Was it a site dedicated solely to religious rituals? Did it have a political or social function? Could it have been a gathering place for ancient communities? Without direct written records from that time, these questions continue to elude definitive answers. Additionally, many aspects of the monument's original design and function are still unclear. For example, was Stonehenge a site for human sacrifice, as some suggest, or was it a place where people came to perform burial rites? The lack of conclusive evidence surrounding these theories leaves us with more questions than answers. And although much of the site has been uncovered, it's believed that there is still much more to learn, particularly in terms of the surrounding area, which may hold further clues to Stonehenge's origins and purpose. The future of Stonehenge, new technologies, excavations, and possible discoveries. As technology continues to advance, new methods of research and excavation are offering fresh opportunities to uncover the secrets of Stonehenge. Groundbreaking innovations, including LiDAR, light detection and ranging scanning, have allowed archaeologists to uncover hidden features beneath the Earth's surface that were previously inaccessible. These technologies have already provided insight into the broader landscape around Stonehenge, including potential buried structures and pathways that may offer a clearer understanding of the monument's role in the larger context of Neolithic society. In addition to LiDAR, DNA analysis and the study of ancient pollen samples offer the potential for breakthroughs in understanding the environmental context of Stonehenge's construction. The ability to examine ancient plant and animal remains can provide a glimpse into the ecosystem surrounding the site and how it may have influenced the people who built it. Similarly, continued excavations could yield more burial sites or human remains, offering further insights into the cultural practices of the ancient peoples who frequented the site. While these advances are exciting, they also present new ethical questions. As excavation methods become more invasive, there is growing concern about preserving the integrity of the site and respecting the beliefs of those who consider it a sacred place. The balance between discovery and conservation will undoubtedly play a key role in future research and excavations at Stonehenge. The potential for further revelations about the construction methods, the exact purpose of the site, and the ancient practices connected to it remains high. There is still much to be uncovered, and every new discovery brings us one step closer to understanding why this monumental structure was created and how it was used by our ancestors. Why is Stonehenge important not only for Britain but for the whole world, including the USA? Stonehenge's significance transcends national borders. It is not only a cultural icon for the United Kingdom, but a symbol of human achievement, ingenuity, and the quest for knowledge that resonates across the globe. for the United States, Stonehenge holds particular significance as a link to the distant past, a reminder that even in the earliest stages of human civilization, people were driven by a desire to understand the natural world and their place in it. The shared human fascination with the site, whether for its historical value, spiritual meaning, or architectural wonder, resonates with many across the Atlantic. The monument is also a bridge between ancient and modern worlds. It serves as a poignant reminder that the need for connection with the cosmos, the earth, and the mysteries of the universe has always been a part of the human experience. For Americans, as for people worldwide, Stonehenge embodies the timeless search for meaning, the desire to comprehend the forces of nature, and the effort to create something that will endure across the ages. From an archaeological standpoint, Stonehenge is a key to understanding the development of human society, from Neolithic agricultural practices to early religious systems. It allows us to glimpse into the lives of people who lived thousands of years ago, giving insight into how they thought, how they interacted with their environment, and how they sought to make sense of the world around them. For modern Americans, particularly those with an interest in spirituality, astronomy, and ancient history, Stonehenge is a cultural touchstone. It's a site where one can reflect on the passage of time, the mysteries of existence, and the shared nature of human curiosity. As a World Heritage Site, it symbolizes the value of preserving ancient cultures and their contributions to humanity's collective understanding of the universe. Stonehenge as a symbol of the human quest for knowledge and the mysteries of the past. Above all, Stonehenge serves as a powerful symbol of the human quest for knowledge. It stands as a testament to the ingenuity and vision of the ancient peoples who built it, and to the ceaseless drive of humanity to reach beyond the known and touch the mysterious. The monument is a physical manifestation of our collective yearning to understand the cosmos, the earth, and the forces that shape our world. Throughout history, Stonehenge has sparked imagination, curiosity, and reverence. It embodies the universal desire to unlock the secrets of the past and to seek meaning in the world around us. Theories about its purpose, whether as an astronomical observatory, a religious site, or a spiritual center, speak to our fascination with the unknown and our determination to solve mysteries that seem beyond our grasp. In this way, Stonehenge is more than just a pile of ancient stones. It is a symbol of humanity's eternal pursuit of knowledge and a reminder of the enduring mysteries that continue to captivate our minds. As the study of Stonehenge progresses and new discoveries emerge, the site will likely continue to inspire future generations, just as it has inspired those before them. Its place in human history is secure, and its symbolism of inquiry, discovery, and the longing to understand the world will remain relevant for years to come. In conclusion, Stonehenge is not merely a historical artifact or tourist destination, it is a lasting testament to the human spirit's pursuit of knowledge. As we continue to search for answers to the questions it poses, Stonehenge stands as a reminder that the mysteries of the past are not just relics to be studied, but are part of the larger human story, one that transcends time and connects us all across the ages.